in the United States, we certainly think of France as a society that tends to be, if I might say this respectfully, just more casual about that kind of stuff. A lot of people don't, in fact, even get married on principle, although that's increasingly true in the United States too. Have you been surprised by the depth of reaction?
I was not surprised because it is not the first time that in the recent history of France we have a big protest against a law that touches with education, family, and so on. In 1984, François Mitterrand, he wanted to introduce a new law on education. The popular reaction to this was huge. Nobody could imagine before that there could be such a big protest in the street. What is also clear is that the main issue is adoption and medical health procreation.
So there are people on the left and right who are uncomfortable with gays adopting and with gays receiving in vitro fertilization assistance to begin a family.
Most people will agree on homosexuals being able to live together, to be married. The real debate is, should homosexuals adopt children or not? Should homosexuals make children or not? This is what has made stronger the position of the people
Hi,
that
Affina.
were against this law.
Hi.
David Vorka is a sociologist at the School for Higher Studies and the Social Sciences in Paris. Thanks very much for being with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he's smiling.
A strange and deadly disease. It only affects children. Its cause is unknown, and its telltale symptom is uncontrollable nausea. The illness has affected more than 3,000 children since it first appeared in South Sudan in the early 1990s. Most recently, it surfaced in parts of northern Uganda. One of the worst affected villages Matthew killed you before.
The village of Tumangu in northern Uganda defines remote. It's hard to even find on maps, but it shows up again and again in news stories. Grace Bear is about to show me why. After welcoming me to her home, she leads me down a narrow dirt path. We pass a couple clay huts as we walk for a few minutes, until we get to a big mango tree. And sitting on a log under the tree is a bear's 17-year-old son, Patrick. His shoulders are slouched. His eyes look like glass. A bear tries to get him to say his name. That small grunt is the only sound he makes. Grace Bear says Patrick was not always like this.
He used to love going to school.
He used to like to read, but about a decade ago, he began to change. A bear leads me into her clay hut. She sits me down to tell me that Patrick wasn't always like this, that the change began when he was about 6 years old. First, the nodding, and then seizures, with Patrick writhing on the ground, screaming.